Oh, yeah. BA, these two teams can score the basketball. They'll be trying to match each other shot for shot all night long, and we got a front row seat.
And so let's take a look at the starters for the Denver Nuggets. Johnson, the small forward, with Gordon holding down the 4. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown, and it's Jokic in at the center spot. There's Tatum with the 3. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Gordon outside. Now here's Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
I mean, it is amazing to watch Jokic at his size use the handle to create space for his shot.
Outside Murray. And it's Jokic. That time on the assist by Murray. Jokic has got his second bucket on the night.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
No doubt, Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
Now here's Simons. Pulls it from the corner. Denver grabs the miss.
Boy, he looks and will take that shot every time. Just won't go.
Murray against Simons. Jokic passes to Johnson. Back to Murray. Lets the 3 fly. Fires in the triple.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Hauser comes in for White, and it's Peyton Pritchard in for Simons. And then for Denver, Hardaway comes in for Gordon, and it's Brown in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Hardaway. Back to Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
Powerful stuff from the Joker. The defense doesn't want any of that, and I don't blame them.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Outside Tatum. 2 in the cold spell. Whoa!
Oh, my goodness. Jason Tatum, you've got to be kidding me. How pretty was that?
And so Brown will bring it up for the Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Jokic has got 8.
Boy, you cannot leave him alone like that. Good form on the fadeaway jumper.
Hauser outside. Here's Tatum. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Off target from 3-point range.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Johnson passes to Hardaway. Jokic is doubled. Denver moving it around. Brown. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Hauser outside. Pass to Keita. Here's Brown. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Nuggets ahead, up by 9. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
On the court for Denver, Jonas Valanciunas out there with Peyton Watson. Then it's Bruce Brown. Then it's Tim Hardaway. And it's Murray in at the point. White against Brown. Here's Garza. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Doris, when you're talking about the type of player who comes off the bench, what kind of player do you like best in that six-man role?
I mean, for me personally, I love guys who can keep pressure on the defense with their scoring ability. Somebody who can shoot with range or put it on the deck, because then your offense doesn't take a step back.
Simons is checked in for Pritchard. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. White on the wing, defended by Brown. Murray against Simons. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Here's Boucher. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Wow, Chris Boucher using that length to finish on the interior. Nice shot.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And then for Denver, Nikola Jokic is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Johnson in for Watson. Here's Johnson. Still no points. Outside Murray. Pass to Jokic. Murray just relentless inside.
We've seen Murray raise his game. Part of it is an increase in toughness, the ability to score when it's not simple.
You know, Doris, the Celtics are interesting as you look at the construction of their roster. Are they poised for long-term contention?
Well, obviously the thing paramount on everybody's mind is how they weather the Tatum injury and their salary challenges, which are significant. But if they believe they can get multiple bites in the apple, I promise you, this historic team will take their shots.
Back to Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. Look at Jokic working inside.
And Jokic has a number of moves to choose from, especially deep inside.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And Boston with some changes. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Derek White. And then for Denver, Gordon, he's checked in for Hardaway. Brown comes in for Brown. And it's Pickett in for Jamal Murray. Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Pass to Brown. 1:02 left to play in the first half. No good on the triple.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
It's stolen by Johnson. Inside. Here's Jokic. Again, Denver scores.
Helps his team in so many ways. Jokic is more than just a leader.
Boucher a screen on Brown. Simons against Brown. Goes up on the wing. Gordon pulls it in. Denver leading by 9. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown passes to Johnson. Sinks it from distance. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, so good in catch and shoot. Cam Johnson has sweet mechanics.
Brown against Simons. Just 3 on the clock. Great D that time from Brown. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's Denver. They lead by 12. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by Nikola Jokic.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Tatum at the 4 with Keita in at the 5. White and Brown are the wingmen, and it's Simons in at the 1. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. 4 on the clock. Tries it from 19. The rebound by Murray.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Pass to Jokic. Off with the layup.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
Simons outside. Tatum inside. Gordon's on him. Here's Keita. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on Nikola Jokic.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
At the line for 2 shots.
And he makes the first. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And it's Murray with the ball for Denver. Outside Brown, back to Murray. And here's Gordon from the arc. Oh my, came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
It's a problem trying to deal with the athleticism of Aaron Gordon. You've got to be more careful as a defender.
Denver shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3.
And talking about Gordon, just a freak athlete and ferocious dunker, a valuable role player on this team.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third. Celtics trail by 13. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Outside, Brown. White with a screen on Johnson. Tipped. Brown with a steal. Johnson passes to Murray. Denver moving it around. Jokic with it. He's got 12. 6 to shoot. Down low. Denver needs to get off a shot. They get it back. And Jokic throws it down hard.
So listen, I mean, whether you put a body on Jokic or you don't, he will sneak in there for a second chance opportunity.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Guys, back to you.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. And David Adelman wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Richards checked in for Boston. Brown, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Pass to Jokic. 4-3, and a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Jokic has got 5 points now this quarter. Celtics trail by 15. Pritchard surviving the D. Here's Tatum. Pritchard finds Tatum. Fader on the way. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Murray with it. Pritchard picks him up. Pass to Brown. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. And here's Jokic. Now here's Brown. Fires the 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Oh, he misses the dunk.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
To the inside. Here's Brown. Still without a bucket. Back to Murray. Launches it. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Denver. They lead by 18. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Nuggets lead by 18. And Denver, looking at who they've got to start the fourth. They've got Bruce Brown. Hayden Watson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Murray, and it's Hardaway in at the 3.
That bucket is really just about the efficient use of a screen. That's nicely done.
And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Takes a step back. Simons against Brown. Pass to Valanciunas. Now Murray. For 3. And it's Boucher with the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Simons passes to Boucher and finished off by Boucher.
Well, you can see Chris Boucher's got excellent vertical, makes that finish look easy.
Pass to Valanciunas. Valanciunas sets a screen. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Some changes for Boston. Tatus checked in for Boucher. Jason Tatum comes in for Hauser. And it's White in for Pritchard. And the Nuggets will go for a different look here. Jokic is checked in for Valanciunas. Gordon comes in for Watson. Johnson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Brown subbed in for Brown.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Outside Johnson. Denver moving it around. Pass to Jokic. Good work there as it goes. Jokic has got 19 points.
Down in the paint, Jokic knows how to take charge, getting past the D and to a look.
Outside Tatum, fires the 3. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Gordon, back to Murray, outside Brown. Jokic in the post. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. White on the wing. Here's Brown. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by Boston.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Nuggets.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Nikola Jokic.
Boy, he was really aggressive going after missed shots. That's how you win on the margins and have your team control the pace of a game.
Pass to Gordon. Now here's Brown. Outside Murray. Now Johnson. Back to Murray. That shot off. Great D that time from Simons. To the middle. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kick out to Brown. Simons passes to Brown. Back to Simons. Shoots over Brown. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce, who is now with our player of the game.
Well, Nikola, coach has talked about the growth of your leadership. What spurred you to become more vocal?
I just want to help my teammates. I think if they say something, they're going to listen to me. I just want to make them better, so I'm just going to do that.
Well, they're relying on your voice, so keep it up.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Nikola Jokic.